Modern TV shows are about top-notch actors and fascinating stories, in which you immerse yourself and really care about the characters. Today I have selected for you a short announcement of the series that deserve your viewing, among which each of you will find something interesting and with which you will not bored with. But before I start, I want to thank you for your support, likes and comments, and don't forget to click on the 2-letter word so that you don't miss new selections. Still to come. The story centers on a guy and a girl who both suffer from chronic insomnia and one day meet online. After that, they start writing to each other and develop a real friendship. Everything in this series will be based on the question whether friendship exists between a man and a woman and, if so, whether it can be long distance. They are constantly in touch and do not hide anything from each other except their feelings. The authors of the project describe it as a romantic comedy. There is only a friendly atmosphere and pleasant humor in this series. I think this series has every chance of success. What do you think? Please write in the comments. The Buccaneers. The story takes place in the 1870s, when a group of young American women arrive in London who are eager to experience British culture, as well as passionate novels and titles. Their unconventional perception of the world impressed high society in England, as their behavior differed from the generally accepted standards. In addition, the girls had to make difficult decisions related to money and politics. Girls with money, men with power, new money, old secrets. American women are literally explode in the London season of the 1870s, marking the beginning of a clash between English and American cultures. Britain is riddled with contempt for centuries-old traditions. American women have come to London to win men and titles, but their hearts are set on much more. However, America and Britain have two different approaches to tradition, and young and wealthy American women do not want to accept the conservatism of the British aristocracy, proud but impoverished aristocracy. Chemistry lessons. The protagonist Elizabeth dreams of devoting her life to science, but she fails to do so, because at that time women were not allowed to enter various fields of activity, and their fate was reduced to be a housewife. She is one of the most talented employees in the research institute, but she has only routine duties, including making coffee for the men, and is forced to conduct her own experiments under the cover of night. The protagonist has always dreamed of doing science. However, the times are different. Social prejudices and requirements did not allow her to start a full-fledged career. Many men were also not ready for the fair sex to join them in science. After quitting her unpromising job at the institute and becoming a single mother, the heroine agrees to become the host of a cooking show for housewives, intending to use the access to a large audience, where she will combine science with cooking and eventually start teaching girls the right things. She started out hosting a cooking show, which turned into a real science adventure. Due to all the terrible tension of the real world, such life-affirming projects have been increasingly resonating with viewers lately, and the main thing is that it all rolls into a passable series, because first of all, people want to see interesting and memorable stories. The Secret of the Bunker. This is another life-affirming series about life in a confined space. In the story, in the near future, a large number of people live in a multi-story underground bunker because some kind of catastrophe has occurred on the surface. The air is poisoned and it is impossible to live there. After a series of wars and environmental disasters, there are only 10,000 people left on the planet, who moved to a huge underground bunker. The camera, which broadcasts images to various screens in the bunker, connects the people with the contaminated outside world, which is completely closed to the public. A small group of people survived thanks to a huge bunker built deep underground. But even there, living under strict rules protects them from the toxic and deadly outside world. The main character of the series is an engineer, Juliet, who is trying to find answers to the questions about the murder of her lover. During the investigation, she uncovers a terrible secret that jeopardizes all life in the bunker. In addition, tensions are growing among the inhabitants of the underground, and Juliet is determined to find out the truth, regardless of the possible consequences. However, the main character finds something that calls into question all the rules of the place and raises suspicions that the land they are shown is not real. Platonic love. The plot of the series focuses on the once best friends Sylvia and Will, whose friendship has faded for several years and is now experiencing a revival. Sylvia, a mother of 3 and a housewife, is happily married to her beloved, and her best friend Will is going through a divorce from his wife. Upon hearing the news, Sylvia decides to call her friend, with whom she hasn't spoken in years, and offer him some support. For years, the friends have not spoken, and a lot has happened during this time. Now the former best friends are trying to find out what happened and why they lost touch, as well as to restore their friendship, because only together they can be themselves and be naughty like children. The characters will find themselves in various comic situations. It's a light comedy with nice actors, and sometimes some below-the-belt jokes. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new and interesting from ITI. Look forward to your feedback in the form of subscriptions and likes, which will greatly help in promoting this content.